Hello everybody and welcome to another video on how to implement Daggerheart features into Roll20. This time this feature is completely driven by API, so you will need to have a Roll20 subscription to utilize this. In my previous videos we were required to take note of chat commands and then implement them by ourselves to then create macros in the future. For instance, with the fear API, have to know what all of these chat commands are, or they are not created for you upon installing the chat or the fear API. For our countdown API, I have implemented a change where you will just type in one simple command. It will then generate all of the buttons that you will ever need. So that command is !countdown setup. You'll then see here that I have this whisper message that says setup complete, macros countdown creator and countdown manager created. So what do these two buttons do? So countdown creator gives you an input or a series of input fields to then create a countdown. The countdown manager gives you all of the buttons that you could need for countdowns in one holder. That is then whispered to you as a chat output with clickable buttons that then activate specific macros. So if I want to create a countdown, I want to create a countdown that has a value of 5. This is, say, for instance, a progression countdown where adversaries within the current scene that are fighting against the players are also placing explosives down to bring down a statue in honor of a king, maybe, and this group of this political cult is attempting to destroy and deface each representation of the king to forward their own agenda. And it's here that we have our macro options, or at least our options for what kind of countdown it is. So if it is a standard countdown, once that countdown timer reaches 0, it will delete itself. If it is a loop, once it reaches 0, it will begin again and continue. If it is an inc or increasing, it will end once it reaches 0, reset itself with a value of +1. So if it starts off at 5, it reaches 0, it will reset itself and begin again with a value of 6. If that one then ends, it will begin again with a value of 7. The decreasing type is the same, but in reverse. So if it starts off at 5, reaches 0, it will reset and begin at 4. And it will reach 0 and begin again at 3. If it is long, it is essentially the same as a standard countdown. However, once it has reached the end of its countdown, it will persist. It will not remove itself off of your countdown list. So this is a way that you can track consistent effects over a prolonged period of time. Maybe a curse upon a particular player, or a plague that is blighting the land. This is a way that you can track that if the party fail to stop that countdown from reaching its culmination. So we're going to do standard for this one. Then we're going to do countdown name, and we're going to say explosion. You'll see here that it pops out with a countdown explosion, and I can click this and it will tick that down. You'll also see here that I have been given a CD explosion button. So this is a countdown explosion button. So if I don't want to worry about, for instance, the countdown manager in my bar, I don't want that. I just want this explosion one. I can have that in my bar. I click this, and all of this is tied to that particular explosion. So I can tick it down again. I can be, oh, the party have done something to reset the entire countdown. I can then click reset, and it goes back down to 5, or I can delete it, and it deletes itself here. I previously made some countdowns that should still be present here. So if I press the countdown manager, I click list, and you can see here that this is arbitrary numbers just to fill out the list. I can tick them down by name if I want to. I can also delete them by name, or I can also clear them all if I wish to do so. So I hope some of you will find this useful. This doesn't necessarily have to be used for Daggerheart. It can be used for any game where you need a ticking time clock, a way to keep a track of them. And if anybody has any problems, as usual, please comment down below and let me know if you're having trouble with this at all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.